Hey everyone, before we get started today, I want to show off some art that has been submitted by viewer Alberto, and it is a portrait sketch of our dwarf Brega Goldenhand. Alberto was motivated from the dwarf profile to do this sketch, and one thing I really like about it is the little details that we've got hidden around, like for example the pattern on the sleeve of the arm, the runes on the pick, the little cat, of course. You can see the little belt peeking out underneath the tunic, and the little tassels on his hat. But also, if you look at the eyes are just so detailed, and they give almost this kind of world weariness to Brega that I just find really impressive. So yeah, thank you so much for sending in this picture, Alberto. It's fantastic. I love it. And for those of the rest of you out there, by all means, send in some pictures. I will be happy to showcase them in future episodes. Alright, now back to our regularly scheduled program. Welcome back to Foresthome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress version 0.43. And the reason I'm bringing you back right now is there's a couple new things I want to talk to you about. Our pyramid is finally complete, but more importantly, I have released Vamp McMamperson, and I have ordered him to go somewhere else. So we're all going to watch him very closely to make sure he doesn't kill anybody on the way. Alright. So let's start with that. For some reason I can't move around. Okay, that's fixed. Wonderful. So yes, this is our main pyramid, ground floor. As you can see, Vamp has been let out. And moving up, there is our dining room, our temple room, our artifact room, and this is the room where all the mechanisms are. And I put a door here, which I've locked and sealed. I believe water can't get through a locked and sealed door. And I've also put a pressure plate here, which was recommended in the comments. And if the water on this pressure plate gets higher than 5 of 7, it will shut down the pump. I've also restricted it such that the water has to go diagonal twice, which in the old versions would remove all water pressure and slow it down a bit. We'll see if that actually works here as well. I did, of course, keep this pressure plate here, though it'll probably never see any use. And then finally above here, we simply have the roof of the pyramid. There's nothing in here, but as you go up, you've got your 4 statues, just like on the title card. And then finally, the top. So that is our pyramid. It's finally complete. Maybe in this episode we can also test our waterfall system one more time. I have made it a little bit larger on the bottom floors too to avoid any spillover. We'll see if it works. Also, I have built 2 more inns. I figured that the citizens of Foresthome deserved a little bit of luxury, and I've never been to a town where there's only been 1 bar, so I made a couple. So here, what we're looking at right now is known as the Wealth of Forests, and it is a high-end bar for citizens and long-term residents only. It also has 4 rooms up here, 4 nice rooms with silver doors and kobold-type furniture. It's designed for long-term residents, but already 2 of our mercenaries have taken up residence. I was hoping to get maybe a scholar or 2. Fun fact, if you assign a room to a scholar or to a library, nothing will happen. It will say that it's assigned to the library, but your citizen dwarves can walk in and claim that bed as if it were a regular bedroom. So, in order to, I guess, get scholars to stay at your fortress, you need to designate the room to an inn, but only allow long-term residents, which is what I'm doing on this one. Over here, as you can see, this bar is a little less refined. It's a seedy dive bar on the bad side of town, and it's known as the Organized Trouble, because even when they're troublesome, dwarves are organized. And as you can see, it's really popular. It's got, let's see, we've got our human bowman here, Sath Furistrepov. Actually, he's a Lord Consort. That's cool. We have Marinus, Phycod Lalumastuth, our axe dwarf, Shaloka, Nenton, and over here we have Victor Predlaws, and he's eating... What are you eating? There's something there, obviously, that he's eating, but it's not telling us what it is. Maybe... Oh, there we go. Garden cress. He's having some delicious garden cress. I'm sure he's really enjoying that. So yeah, we have 2 new bars. We have our visitors bar, and this is where all the action is, all the poets and bards and all that stuff. And then we have the high-end bar for our ritzy citizens, including Krugsmash, our Baroness. Krugsmash finally has a place where she can feel at home in this fancy cobalt-tight bar. And then, of course, over here, we have the Seedy Dive bar. So now, Foresthome has a little bit of everything. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to locate our friend Vamp McVamperson. So let's do a search. There he is. And let's go to him. Alright, Vamp. You're not doing what I'm telling you to. I made him a militia captain. Let's follow him. Alright, Vamp is going straight for the bedrooms, and yep, he's going to kill somebody. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, somebody witnessed it. Somebody witnessed it. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? First of all, we have Hussein Blackton. I don't know if that's your full name. There might be more to it, but anyways, Hussein here has witnessed Vamp McVamperson basically killing Dig Deeply Greedly. And did he succeed? Is he dead? Let's see here. Yep, he did. Dig Deeply Greedly has been, unfortunately, killed by Vamp McVamperson. I knew there was going to be trouble. I knew there was going to be trouble, but... Oh, he's going back. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, gosh. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the dwarf manity. Oh, boy. Now, Vamp McVamperson has also killed Hussein Blackton. So for all you people who said, hey, Marcus, let Vamp McVamperson out so you can move him to a hut outside... The blood of these dwarves is on your hands. Now, hopefully, he'll follow my... No, come on, dude. Seriously. I told him to move to the hut outside. I commanded him as a member of the militia. Apparently, vampires, even when they are in squads, they don't do crap. So there you have it. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, so we're going to search again for Vamp. There he is. Oh, now he's finally stationing himself after he's killed 2 of our dwarves. Well, that's very nice. Yeah, folks, seriously, blood's on your hands. He was nicely trapped in his little cave, but they were like, "Oh no, wouldn't it be fun to see him fight the goblins?" Well, yes, it would be fun, but now 2 of our dwarves are dead. Huh? Didn't even get the note saying that their corpses were discovered. That's interesting. Oh, Vamp, what are you doing? What do you know, Vamp? That's not where I want you to go, buddy. What's happening here? What is happening here? What are you doing? Picking up equipment. All right. As long as it's not murder, I'm okay with what you're doing. Alright, let's go back to following him. There he is. We're going to follow Vamp. Alright, so we picked up some equipment. Looks like he's going to pick up some more equipment. Okay. Now what are you up to? Where are you going, Vamp? We know you're a vampire. There's no use hiding. And okay, going in here to pick up even more equipment.
Autumn is at hand.
And autumn is at hand. And we're late in the game, folks, so everything just takes forever. The FPS makes me just want to kill myself. It's so bad. I don't know if I have already, but I probably should turn off the weather. And turning off temperature is probably a good idea for this fortress too. For some fortresses I don't like to do it, especially those that involve a lot of magma, because turning off temperature makes magma harmless, essentially. But what it does, it still lights dwarves' clothes on fire. It's just the fire doesn't harm them. So what happens is you have a bunch of dwarves running around your fortress with clothing that's on fire. and totally nonchalant about it. And I don't like that. But in this fort, since there really is no magma, I don't see necessarily a negative to removing temperature. And then there's other things you can do to speed up FPS, like designating hallways and high traffic areas, but that always seemed to me to be way too much work for a game that's supposed to be fun. Like, no other game asks you to spend hours tweaking it so that it runs decently. Maybe one day this game can be designed to take advantage of graphics cards and multi-cores and all those other things that will allow it to not run at rock bottom speed. Alright, Vamp. After you've had your fill, killed 2 more of our dwarves. Oh, man. Is that a scholar? Excuse me, Vamp. You're very important, but this guy looks cool. A chemist! Holy moly, folks, we have our first visiting scholar, a chemist, who's going to be coming to our library, learning many wonderful things. That is fantastic. Let's take a look at our friend here, Ezum. A short, sturdy creature fond of drink and industry, so a dwarf. Her hair is clean-shaven. Her slightly rounded aquamarine eyes have large irises. Her eyelashes are quite long. Her somewhat short ears are somewhat narrow. Her hair is pale taupe mixed with gray, and her skin is ecru. We can't really tell much about her, though, because she's not a citizen. Alright, Vamp. Let's get you situated. Come on. As you can see, this little hut is guarded by a bronze drawbridge. Okay. He's in. So I put the lever here just because there's a whole lot of empty space here that's not being used. Let's pull that lever with high priority, please. Hopefully, Vamp will stay still long enough to get this shut. Man, these dwarves. These dwarves. They just don't have a lot of get up and go. You know what I mean? Very lazy. Probably comes from being drunk all the time. Good thing there's no dwarvish marijuana. Oh, seriously, guys. Come on. One lever. One lever, 27 idlers. There we go. Alright. Vamp is all set up. So we're going to go back to... Well, actually, should I keep him in the military? I was going to think of just making him a citizen again and getting rid of his military captaincy, but then he'll run away, I suppose, from the goblins rather than fighting them. So maybe it's best to leave him in the military? I'm not sure. Either way, whatever. If he goes insane or gets unhappy, I don't care. You're a murderer. You're a murderer and a foul beast of darkness, and you know what? Yeah. Had enough of you. Meanwhile, we have to make slabs for those poor dwarves who died. Died to entertain you. That's what they did. That'll be, How come they're not at the top? Do we not know they're dead yet? We must. Somebody went and picked up their corpses. Huh. Apparently we don't know they're dead yet. These are all of our dead dwarves, but they're all dwarves that have been dead for quite some time. That is so strange. I mean, they must have taken their bodies somewhere where there's coffins, right? Let's take a look here. Okay, nothing there. Okay, I guess they haven't. I guess their bodies are still around somewhere. Oh, that is so funny. In the bed where our dwarf was murdered, now Kaladin is sleeping there. Why, Kaladin? There's a perfectly awesome barracks up here for you. Although maybe Kaladin was worried because the last time dwarves got killed by the vampire was in the barracks. But again, I'm wondering if I'm doing something wrong here. Where's the, there we go. Yeah, everybody's set to, sleep here. So Kaladin is just not following orders. What is it with these dwarves? And not being able to follow orders? I just don't understand. Is there something about orders you intrinsically don't like? Dwarves are an industrious people. They're not flippant, you know? They don't just, whoa, whatever. I'm starting to wonder, though, why no one's noticed that these two are dead. I don't even know where their corpses went. Let's see, announcements. Yeah. Dingoes are getting slaughtered, porcupines are getting slaughtered, bunnies are getting slaughtered, and dwarves are getting slaughtered. That is so hilarious, though, that somebody actually went and picked up the bodies and took them away, and yet, no announcement that the bodies have been found. Okay, Doodlejack, why are you guys sleeping here? This is ridiculous. You're supposed to be sleeping in your barracks, and only your barracks. Anyway, wow, you can see our happening bar is really happening. We've got our bookkeeper, we've got our baroness, and then our little dive bar over here. It's got a rowdier crowd. A rowdier crowd. Let's see who's there. Let's see who's hanging out now. Midge? Miggy? You know I've been doing this for a long time, folks, because I don't remember some of these people. Egan O'Neill? This is a visitor. Or wait, no, Barrack Severbin. No, that's a citizen. Ficod is a visitor. They're all listening to a story, but who's telling it? Uh-oh. This bard must be a long-term visitor, because again, this bard does not accept short-term visitors. Stroud is here listening to a story. Kogan, the dwarven baby, is being held by Doothug. Apple Runner. Apple Runner's the one telling the story. Okay, Apple Runner, what are you? Apple Runner is unassigned. Yeah, this is kind of the unassigned bar. It's too bad you can't restrict a location by the job of the citizen. That would be kind of fun. Leipter is listening to. Sath, our Lord Consort, is still here. Sath likes this bar. He's taken a liking to it. Marinus, the something. Squatting Hobo. Perfect. Squatting Hobo has found the place for him. If there's not a better place for a hobo to squat in all of Foresthome, it is right here. Right here, folks. Right here in the organized trouble. That's pretty funny. We still don't know these dwarves are dead. His possessions just lying there on the bed, completely ignored by everyone as they're sleeping in it. Oh, man. You're all a bunch of heartless fiends. Oh, there we go. Dig Deeply Greedly has been found dead, completely drained of blood. I think, honestly, the FPS is just so horrific that it takes the game that long to figure that out. That's what I think. That stinks, man. Whew. Let's engrave a memorial slab for him, though. I don't know who Olin Eshdan Morul is, but if he's going to come back and haunt us, that's a big deal. Wait, but I still don't see Dig Deeply Greedly. Is that Olin? Maybe there's some kind of error. This game's bugging out, man. Let's see, dead missing. Gendrick is missing? Shouldn't Gendrick have been found dead? I could have sworn I made a slab for Gendrick. And there's Hussein. He's missing, so they haven't found... But there's Dig Deeply Greedly. Okay. And we lost a Lord Consort, huh? Not the one who's currently here, but I guess a previous one. Interesting. Gendrick is missing. I could have sworn I did a slab for Gendrick. Oh, there we go. There's Hussein. Found drained of blood. Well, geez. What a mystery. I wonder who could have done it. I just wonder. Well, hopefully he'll kill a goblin or two before they ruin him. Alright, well, you know what else we can do, folks? We are going to try our waterfall out one more time. Huzzah. Why not? Okay, we're going to pull the lever. We're going to make it a big deal. And let's see what happens. As always, these dwarves place a very high priority on pulling levers. Okay, who's doing it? Who is the man or woman of the hour? Nathan Jessup. Okay, here we go. Water's going up. And it looks like it's working. Look at that. Look at that. 7 here. 6, 3, 5. This is not getting any higher than 1. Falling fine here. Falling fine here. Falling fine here. Generating mist. Not a ton of mist, to be fair, but you know what? It's not spilling water all over the place. And actually, that's quite a bit of mist. That is a good amount of mist there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is a solution. It ended up not being the pressure plates that I put everywhere, but actually just making sure that your water has to pass diagonally. And that's the way to make something like this work if you'd ever like to do this in one of your forts. It's terrible, you know, to exploit the game in such a way. It's kind of a workaround, but it works, and I'll settle for it. I mean, until Toady does something like allows you to control the speed of pumps so that they pump water at a regular speed and not, you know, ludicrous speed. But look at the beautiful mist that's causing our dwarves just oodles of happiness should they happen to walk through it. No spilled water. This, folks, this is an engineering project. This is what Foresthome was about right here. Luxury, and mist. Very good. God, after what, 2 failures? It feels so good to finally get it right. That's great. If you were reading my description right now, like our dwarves, you know, in our profiles, it would say Marcus Aurelius' quote, "It feels so good." Marcus Aurelius likes mist and when mega projects work. Okay, in the meantime, speaking of mandates, thanks for reminding me, Krug Smash here is getting a little uppity. Krug Smash wants a zinc cabinet in her tomb and a zinc slab in her throne room/office. The only problem is we currently don't have any zinc. That is a problem, so I'm hoping the dwarven traders will bring some, but certainly I doubt they're going to bring enough for a zinc cabinet and slab, which means that we might have to wait a whole nother year, but hopefully they'll bring enough zinc just for one of them. Gosh, I hope so. Alright, let's profile a dwarf. That sounds like fun. I'm entertained by that. $311. Oh, and by the way, let me introduce you to our new dwarves, Half, Sun Catrudius, and Bluespear. Now, these are not immigrants, but rather children who grew up. So they are local to the fortress. They grew up at Foresthome. They are our peeps. But meanwhile, we got 311. So who's that? Used to be a band. Spallone Babuga Scooties, which I think I had to shrink, obviously, because that is an exceptionally long name. Let's take a look here. Search for Spallone Babugu. That's the best I could do, I'm sorry. No, not Uzol Alologum. Come on now. Let's view. What the hell? Uzol Water Paint. So somehow the name didn't click. But it is the same dwarf, right? Yeah, here we go. Relationships of the unassigned Spallone Babugu, Arologum. Okay. Oh, Spallone has a pet. A guinea cock. How cute. Friends, no family. No family whatsoever, probably because of the name issue. Worships Id and Anne. These gods and their names. Friends with Nikola Tesla, Grimgor Ironhide, and numerous others, including a goblin dancer. Ooh la la. Many passing acquaintances, most of them from outside of the fort. And that's about it. All right. I feel so good. Yes, I agree, Uzol Babuga. I don't understand why different screens have different names. That doesn't make any sense, but I've done a lot of messing around. I've done exports and used DFHack to allow me to access legend mode, so I probably screwed numerous things up, who knows. But she feels euphoric due to inebriation, vengeful when joining an existing conflict, and vengeful also when joining an additional existing conflict. That's only recent stuff, otherwise she's basically just seeing a lot of dead goblins, which is pretty much a rite of passage in Foresthome. It's like, that's how the kids, that's how they measure who's the most popular, is who's seen the most dead goblins. She's a worshiper of Id, the Amethyst Mine, and a worshiper of Anne Prestige Petal. Let's see, she is 72 years old, born on the 28th of Felsite in the year 94. She is tall and very fat. Her very long hair is tied in a ponytail. She has a scratchy voice. Her ears are somewhat tall. Her head is somewhat tall. Her hair is somewhat tall. No, just kidding. It's mahogany. Her skin is dark peach, and her eyes are cobalt. Look at that. Cobalt eyes and dark peach skin. That is fantastic. I love that. She is strong, but she is quick to tire and very slow to heal. She likes native gold. Yeah, don't we all? Lead, rose quartz, fox leather, wild bear hoof. Boar hoof. Wild bear hoof. Oh my god, it's a hoofed bear. The color light brown. Mountains. Oh my, a dwarf who likes mountains. What a strange individual. Harp seal men for their adorable pups. The sound of the bewildering embraces and the sight of the tulip of festivals. When possible, she prefers to consume tiger shark, tomatillo wine, and blood amaranth flower. She absolutely detests leeches. She has a good spatial sense, but she has little natural inclination toward music and a poor memory. She personally respects power, she values self-control, and values family, and she dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. Let's see, what's going on with her recently? She's currently more rude than usual, and currently more fearless than usual. She is currently more confident than usual, and more shameless. Must be hanging around with all those dancers and bards, right? She's currently less private. She's currently more thoughtless. Let's see. She is unfettered after spending time with people. That's good. That's good. Well, that is Uzol / Babuga Spallone Babugu. Maybe the name is just too long. Maybe if you get past a certain number of letters, the game gets all wonky sponky. But then there's Patricia Longspear, right? And that works. Let me just be sure here. Go to unit. Yeah, Patricia Longspear. Solid. So I don't know. So something about that name. Dwarf Fortress don't like it. But that's that, ladies and gentlemen. We are over time. So, hooray. Our waterfall is finally working. I can leave it on now forever. And not be worried about a flood. Although if one happens, I will be certain to let you know. We have a lot more places for our dwarves to socialize and enjoy their lives now that our defense is relatively secure. And hopefully we'll have one more big siege so I can let out Vamp. And that'll probably be the end of Foresthome. Then we'll go to an episode where I will show everything in lustrous 3D. And then we'll move on to the next fortress. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.